Do you love playing games on your phone but hate when you run out of internet or data? If so, you're not alone. Many gamers face this problem every day, especially when they're traveling or living in remote areas. That's why in this video, I'm going to show you the top 15 best offline games for Android and iOS in 2024. So, without further ado, let's get started with the countdown. Number 15. Gold Rush Miner Simulator 3D is a game that lets you live out your fantasy of becoming a gold prospector. You can explore a vast wasteland, search for ore with a detector, dig it up with a shovel, wash it, separate the gold from the rocks, weigh it, and sell it on the exchange. Number 14. Shades is a RPG fighting game that combines the classic 2D silhouetted graphics of Shadow Fight 2 with a new mechanic called Shades. Offers a lot of replay value and challenge, as each rift run is unique and unpredictable. You never know what enemies, shades, or surprises you will encounter in each rift, and you have to adapt your strategy accordingly. I think Shades is a fantastic game that fans of Shadow Fight 2 and fighting games in general will love. Number 13. Die Hard is a game that lets you unleash your inner artist and warrior at the same time. It's a PvP game where you have to paint everything around and defeat your opponents like a paintball. Your goal is to capture the enemy structures by spraying them with your color. The game has a fluid simulation technology that makes the paint look realistic and satisfying. Overall, Die Hard is a game that I would recommend to anyone who likes colorful and action-packed games. Number 12. Descenders is a game that makes you feel like a pro mountain biker, even if you can barely ride a bike in real life. Descenders has a risk versus reward system, where you can push your limits for higher scores and combos, but also risk losing everything if you bail too many times. You can also play with your friends in multiplayer mode, or watch other players' runs in spectator mode. Descenders is a game that makes you feel the thrill, the excitement, and the satisfaction of downhill biking. Number 11. Rogue Slasher is a unique hybrid, combining elements of classic roguelikes and Diablo-like hack-and-slash combat. Rogue Slasher also very challenging, as each dungeon is randomly generated and different every time you play. The game inspired by games like Hades and Curse of the Dead Gods that makes you feel like you are in a mythical realm of magic and mystery. If you like roguelike or hack-and-slash games, then Rogue Slasher is right game for you. Number 10. Lethal Company Mobile Horror is a mobile game based on the popular PC game Lethal Company. The game has a lot of potential, but also a lot of problems. It is a game that tries to capture the essence of the original Lethal Company game, but also fails to deliver on some aspects. If you are a fan of the original Lethal Company game, you might enjoy Lethal Company Mobile Horror. Number 9. Misguided is a third-person action horror game with full 3D graphics and smooth visuals on mobile. The game tells the story of a high school student who wakes up in a dark and creepy hospital with no memory of how he got there. Misguided has a lot of features that make it stand out from other horror games on mobile. For example, you can interact with almost everything in the environment. Misguided is one of the best horror games that I have played on mobile, and I highly recommend it to anyone who likes a good scare. Number 8. I have been playing this game for a few days now, and I must say, it is one of the most fun and addictive racing games I have ever played. The game also has amazing graphics and sound effects that make you feel like you are really driving on the road. Melhesi Car Traffic Racing is a great game for anyone who loves racing and cars. Number 7. In Radiation Island, you are one of the survivors of the experiment, and you have to find a way to get back to your own world. But first, you have to survive the dangers of the island, which include radiation, zombies, wild animals, and other players. Radiation Island has a lot of depth, variety, and challenge, and it is also free to download and play with some optional in-app purchases. Number 6. Next Gen Truck Simulator is a game that lets you drive various vehicles, from SUVs to minivans, across different terrains and scenarios. You can choose to play in single-player mode, where you have to complete missions such as delivering cargo, extracting resources, or managing your own business, or in multiplayer mode, where you can compete with other players online. The game has impressive graphics, physics, and gameplay that will keep you hooked for hours. Number 5. Europe Front has 2 single-player campaigns, each with several missions that involve shooting, stealth, and strategy. You can also play online with other players in 4 game modes: Team Battle, Capture the Flag, and Checkpoints. Overall, Europe Front is a decent game for fans of World War II shooters. It has a lot of content, variety, and challenge, and it can be enjoyable and addictive. Number 4. I love driving games, so I was excited to try Horizon Driving Simulator, a game that claims to offer realistic open-world driving with stunning graphics and customization. The first thing that caught my eye was the amazing graphics. The cars look realistic and shiny, and the reflections and shadows are impressive. I think Horizon Driving Simulator is a fun and addictive game. I would recommend it to anyone who loves driving games and open-world games. Number 3. Reporter 2 Lite started with a phone call that warned me about a mysterious girl who was haunting my nightmares. I had to find out more about her. The game graphics were impressive and realistic, especially for a mobile game. But Reporter 2 Lite was also quite short, with only a few levels to play. Overall, I enjoyed playing Reporter 2 Lite, but I wish it was longer and more polished. Number 2. Recurrence is a realistic tactical shooter game that lets you play as a cop and take down hostiles in various scenarios. You can also team up with other players online and cooperate to complete missions. Recurrence is a promising game that has a lot of potential, but it also has problems that need to be addressed. If you are looking for a realistic tactical shooter game on your mobile device, you might want to give it a try. Number 1. GTA San Andreas Definitive is a mobile game that brings the classic Grand Theft Auto experience to your phone or tablet. It is also available for Netflix members on the App Store, Google Play. It is a remastered version of the original game with improved graphics, controls, and features. The game is a lot of fun with a variety of missions, activities, and secrets to discover. I would recommend to fans of the Grand Theft Auto series or anyone who likes action-adventure games. It is a faithful and impressive adaptation of one of the best games ever made. And that's it for this video.